Buddy Buchanan with Leader in Times, and today we'll be bringing you a Liberal City Commission candidate profile. There are 13 candidates running for a City Commission, and with the primary coming soon, the Leader in Times would like to give the public a chance to hear each candidate's campaign, concentrations, and changes. Today's profile is that of Rick Rose. Here is his interview.
We're here with candidate Rick Rose for Liberal City Commission. Thanks for stopping by.
Yes.
What got you interested in running for City Commission?
My main thing is I find myself complaining a lot, and I feel like if you're going to do the complaining, then you ought to either be part of the solution or keep to yourself with it, I guess.
Yeah. So what kind of, I guess, was the final catalyst for you that made you decide to run?
I've always been interested in political issues, but to me it seems like there is a lot of behind closed door, dealings going on that I feel like the public ought to have every right to know what's going on.
Yes.
And I feel like that if you're going to get that, then you're going to have a commissioner that's willing to be open about what's said, not get into a group that allows themselves to do business behind closed doors without everybody knowing.
Yeah.
And I do feel that I'm that way. I'm very open, and if somebody asks me a question, I'm very easy to talk to.
Yeah. So what's some of your ideas and goals if you're elected?
Well, like I said, I would like to be that candidate that people feel like they could come to and discuss things with and feel like they're going to be taken in to consideration, at least in the meeting. I would like to see, honestly, Liberal cleaned up a little bit. I know that, I've had my share of notices too. I do a lot of lawns between mine, my father's, and my grandmother's house. But I do think it's important to keep the city clean so that when people come in, that they see a clean, place that they might want to come to.
Uh-huh.
Like I say, I would like to see more industry type jobs come into town rather than $8 or $9 an hour jobs. Those type of jobs they're not going to sustain an income that somebody can buy a mortgage with. I think that will help. If we can get more people in here that are making good enough money, they'll stay here, they'll pay taxes, they'll lighten the load on everybody.
Mm-hmm.
And I do feel that's important.
Yeah.
I'd like to see growth in Liberal.
Yeah.
Not monstrous, but at least enough to help lighten the load to the average person that lives here.
Right. So what's some of your feelings about the big candidate pool we have?
I think that's a good statement for the commission that we have now to take note of. If you've got that many people interested that have that many different ideas, obviously, as one candidate said, if they aren't griping, they're content. I don't believe that. I think when you have 11 people running and 2 incumbents, that states that those 11 people have talked to a lot of people and they're not happy. They want some kind of change, dependent on each voter, but I do believe that they want change. And I think that's why we have so many up there right now.
So what do you feel, I guess, makes you a good fit for the commission?
I'm very honest. Like I said, I'm very easy to talk to. And when I do take something on, I take it on wholeheartedly. I'm not going to go in there and just sit down and be a do-nothing person. If I vote for something, I'm going to be willing to discuss that with anybody that wants to as to why I voted that way. And I think that, I'm not going to put myself in front of what's good for the city. And I think there again, I think that a lot of that has happened. And I don't believe that should be a factor when you're in the commission. You're there working for the people, not for self-gain.
And how do you feel about all the work going on in North Liberal?
I do like the fact that we're getting restaurants, and I think that does attract people when they come in. They see some growth. I think that could help grow some more industry in here. I do, like I say, I don't have complaints about that up there, But in the event, I heard in the last forum, well, what if National were to go bad or something like that? Those type of improvements will not sustain the loss of income.
Yeah.
And that's why I feel that we need to be focusing a lot more on good paying industry type jobs, or and it may not even have to be industry, even a technology based situations. There's a lot of options out there to pursue. I don't have all the answers, but I think if you can put 5 like-minded individuals looking for answers in a group rather than 2 or 3 that want to block something, I think that 5 people could come up with some pretty good ideas if they're all on the same page.
Yeah. And what are you looking most forward to about your campaign?
Honestly, just getting past August 1st so that I can, if I'm still in the running, I can prepare more for the actual campaign. I didn't get started as quickly as I wanted, so it come up on me real fast as far as getting everything together and being prepared with signs and all of that.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to the first primary.
Yeah. Okay, anything to add before we let you go here?
As far as the jobs and that, like I said, I don't believe that one person is going to come in there and change the commission. But I do believe that if we can get together on those issues and have a commission that's like-minded, working towards enhancing liberal instead of enhancing personal agendas, that I think that we can really make this town grow. In my opinion, Liberal has a lot to offer. Liberal is a nice community compared to some of the surrounding communities. We have 2 major highways running through here. I do believe that Liberal could be a very busy town very quickly with the right direction. I would like to see some of the roadblocks, in my opinion, that goes from City Hall to the average smaller businesses. I would like to see some of that remedied. There again, I think if you get 5 people in there willing to work towards that, we have the control. Right now, I don't feel like that anybody has control of it but the people that's in there right now.
Yeah.
I don't feel like they put a voice out for the people. And in my opinion, I don't really feel like that the people's opinion really matters too much. And that, to me, is the main focus, is listening to what the people have to say, because they, in essence, they are our boss if we are a commission, and the commission's the boss of the city manager. So that chain has to stay intact. One can't fail or the whole thing will collapse.
Be sure to check back here for the other 12 City Commission candidate profiles when they arrive. This is Buddy Buchanan with Leader in Times. God bless, and thanks for watching.